Welcome to The Scoop
with Stuart
and Sherry, coming at you from Aunt Betty Studios in Carson City, Nevada.
from First Presbyterian Church, where we are opening the gospel to Carson City and beyond. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm great, and you?
I'm doing really well, thanks.
Wonderful. And good afternoon
Yes.
to all of you out there if you're watching when this comes out.
That's right.
So, it is a beautiful Thursday morning as we
It is
sit down
absolutely
for this.
beautiful, and I was looking at the weather for next week, and it's even more, it's more beautiful. It is.
By that you mean hotter.
A little warmer. Yes, indeed, Miss Shorty.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. We obviously called each other and said, "What are you wearing this morning?"
Yeah.
Because we look really good today. It's hit and miss.
Yeah.
Hit and miss, but I think
Yes.
that we actually...
Yes, we do.
We look like we have a
good
studio
together.
producer that's
That's
telling
right.
us, here's your color scheme. And
Or we got our
all
own
of that.
group of clothes back there, you know, where they yeah, right.
There are some clothes floating around here for different things,
There are.
but not necessarily for that.
No.
But anyways, that's funny.
Well, we have a shout out today.
Yes, we do.
And that is to thank the people that helped after church in the Family Life Center to move the tables, so that for Alpha and for Mountain Movers. So that
Right.
is really fantastic.
Big job.
It is.
And so it's nice they did that.
It is.
Well, let me go ahead and give an update on Alpha then, because, you
Okay.
know, we're running the summer series.
Right.
We're just doing the first 3, and we're doing it for a couple of purposes. We're training our Alpha team,
Yes.
so we want them in on that just to get some more pointers. We have reached out to other churches within our community who either already have Alpha or are looking at having Alpha. And we're also inviting all of you to come into one of these and experience Alpha if you have not, just so you have an idea. And so on Monday, we had about 25 people,
Okay.
and we had 4 churches represented. The Dwelling, with Michael Lieberknecht. He wasn't here, but 2 of his folks were here.
Okay.
Victory City from Reno.
Great.
Hope Crossing, which is the church that is on Salomon Street in between the freeway on-off and Fremont
Right.
Elementary School. So that one, and they haven't done it, they wanted to see what it was about. They were
Sure.
pretty excited about it because they really want to focus on evangelism.
Yes.
And then, of course, us. And we had a potluck, and we had the talk, and
Good.
and all that. And we did
That's
all in the
excellent.
fellowship hall. We're doing a little bit of trying different spaces out
Uh-huh.
and discovering things. And
That's good.
it was a wonderful evening. It was so good. And so if you missed that one, please don't be shy. Please come and enjoy and
Right.
have a good time. So the next one is July 21st.
Right, okay. And then also, don't forget on August 17th, we have the Aces game that we're going to be going to.
Yes.
And that's at 1:05 in the afternoon. I love the 1:05. I don't get that.
I don't know either.
That must be something good luck for baseball, I guess. I have no clue. But if you want to go to that, it's really easy to buy the tickets. And that is, you have your check, you make it out to First Presbyterian Church, but in the memo, you place how many tickets you're getting. It says, you say Aces tickets for that. And we'll know by the price, because it's $24.
$24 a
per
piece.
ticket. And it's definitely worth it, folks, because it really is a fun time for everybody. And it's going to be in the shade.
It's going to be in the shade. We're on the third base line.
People don't realize. I've been to the Aces games before, and I've been in where it's not in the shade, and that's not a pretty
no
thing.
bueno.
No
No
good.
bueno.
But
Yeah.
but do August 17th, and then like we discussed before we started this morning, that you can take. People are saying, well, how do I? Well, Lord, what do I do with the check? Well, there's several things you can do. You can take and put it in the offering plate, but make sure you put Aces tickets down, right?
Aces tickets, Aces game, whatever. Something
Whatever.
we know that it's Aces.
And then we know where to place that to purchase the tickets.
Right.
Or they can take it to the office here at 306 Musser Street across from the church. Also, if you don't wish to use a check, then you can put cash in an envelope and put on it for Aces tickets and your name.
Of course. with
Obviously.
your- Right. Now, well before August 17th,
Right.
coming up on the 29th,
Correct.
which is this Sunday, We have a couple special things happening, and I'm going to have you speak to a few of those, but first
Correct.
I'm going to say we're going to have our Independence Day barbecue.
Correct.
Because we will celebrate the 4th of July prior to the next Sunday.
Yes.
So, we are going to have our barbecue. There will be tables inside and outside.
Perfect.
For however people would like
Right.
to eat. And we're going to have a playtime for the kids with water
Yes.
and all of that. But I do want to assure you all, if you decide to eat outside, they're not going to have water balloons this time, because I want you to be able to enjoy the outside picnic type of thing.
Sure.
And still have the kids play, so they won't have anything that they can tag you with.
That's right. No, that's
Right?
true.
But even before that, during our service, tell us more about what's going to happen there.
Well, we have the Spanish church that we have here in our own Family Life Center, and they meet every Sunday night for their church service. And their praise team is going to be playing at our service. And we've already obviously gotten the music and what they're going to be doing. And so the prelude and offertory and postlude are all going to be done in Spanish.
Wow.
And it's going to be really neat. I think it's going to be fun. And the style of music obviously is really, it's got a unique style to it. And it's different. And also, the hymns that we're doing, they'll be in English, but they will also be, everything's just really upbeat and different. So
I love that. And what a great week to be upbeat like that and
That's right.
celebrate.
Right, and I'm excited for the fact to make sure, and I always make a point when I talk to Gilfredo, the pastor, to say, hey, just let your folks know that we'd love to have them come and join our service as well when they're up there performing and doing that.
Right.
And praising God with music.
Yes.
And they're also obviously invited to come to the barbecue.
Well,
afterwards,
yes, we
you know.
really want them, yes.
And that includes everybody that comes to the service, you know that.
Yes, please stay for
Yes.
that. Now, I have so many questions, but I'm going to limit myself to just one.
Okay.
Will we have the words in Spanish on the screens if we want to?
I think that is being done. It's not
Okay.
Gilfredo's got to get that back to me if he's planning on that.
okay, yeah.
Because
Porque mi español no es muy bueno, muy poquito español, pero I can sight read.
very good.
So my Spanish isn't very good. I have very little.
No, I thought it was impressive.
I have very little Spanish,
Yeah.
but I can sight read. And I would love to sing along in Spanish, given I know
they're
the
doing.
rules of the language,
Right,
so I might not know what I'm.
right.
Oh my
Correct.
gosh, we'll be like Presbyterians speaking in tongues.
Only you, Sherry, would come up with that one. Yeah.
I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna be praising. It'll be great.
Okay.
Even if you're not able to sing, you're gonna get it. The presence of the Lord is
Yes.
gonna be there. The Holy
Absolutely.
Spirit's gonna be moving.
That's
So-
right. And that's what it's all
All right.
about, folks.
All right. Well, good.
So now we have the lunch bunch. And that's coming up on July 5th, Sherry.
Okay.
And there's still time to sign up with that, and that's with Sandy Erzman or with Diane Young.
Correct. So see them this Sunday.
So see them no later than this Sunday, because that's kind of like the deadline. So,
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, well, we have missions that we're praying for. I think I got them correct this week. But you know what? Even if I didn't, pray for the missions whenever
That's
we
right.
put it out there, right?
Absolutely.
Like, I like to stay on the schedule we have, but it is never going to hurt to pray for somebody at any time. So, locally, we're going to pray for the Northern Nevada Dream Center.
Okay.
And I have a dear friend. She did some filming up here, Megan Bottom, and
Right.
she is pastoring a church there with the Northern Nevada Dream Center called
Okay.
Scene Community. And I got to visit, and if you haven't visited the Northern Nevada Dream Center, it's amazing. So go take a little tour and see what they're about. Really needed in a time when people are in need quite
Correct.
a bit. And then internationally, speaking of Spanish, Frontera de Cristo.
very nice.
Very nice, right?
Okay,
Yeah. So let's pray for our friends down
Yes,
there also.
absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Well, it's time to wrap it up.
It is. I feel like we need to put a bow on it. Wrap it up and put a bow on it. We are done.
We are finished. Yes, we are.
Anyway, I believe you're not going to join us next week,
No.
so we'll have to have a
That's
special
right.
guest in your place.
That's right.
And you enjoy that time away from us. And
Well, I do, but I also miss you guys.
I know. So, But at any rate, have a wonderful, wonderful end of your week, and it looks like the next time we will see you is this coming Sunday.
That's correct.
So come wear your red, white, and blue. Let's just make it happen, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, have a great week, and we'll see you Sunday. Bye.
Goodbye.
I almost left the church over my irrational fear of calling Chick-fil-A God's chicken.
That's awesome.
Confession. I've used unemployment as an excuse to stop nothing. Blank. It's a big deal. Abraham and Isaac's conversation on the way back down the mountain.
Deezer.
That would be a big deal.
That would be a big deal.
What I saw when I burst into my pastor's office unannounced.
I'm going to have you pick that one.
Napping during the sermon. Blank is a classic downfall of my Enneagram type.
Oh, it's right there.
Praying to see my dog in heaven is a classic downfall of my Enneagram type. We played a super fun new game at youth group. It's like an extreme relay race, but with secret sin.
You snorted.
This month I'm fasting from speaking Gen Z to impress young people.
Well, this is a blooper.
We were on a roll until then. That's
I know, and I was doing really well. Listen, I was
Really
looking at the
were.
camera. I wasn't
I
looking
know.
down at anything.
But I can't look.